Hello stamping friends, I'm Karina with karinascreations.com and I'm going to show you how to make this really fun card with the tarnished foil technique. Now I did this in my class the other day, and when I run my classes I like to give them a technique card. So I know this has been discontinued a long time ago, however my ladies have been with me a long time and they still like it when I use the top note die. So what we do is we do the technique on the front, and then on the back, I give them instructions for the tarnish foil technique. So I'm just going to show you quickly how we made this, or how we did this. So the first thing you need is the silver foil sheets by Stampin' Up. We sell 3 colors. It comes in silver, gold, and copper. And I'm using the silver foil cardstock. And it's 3 inches by 4 inches. And the next thing we need to do is put it in the hexagon dynamic embossing folder. Now this embossing folder is a little bit thicker than usual, so you have to use it a little bit differently, and it's really important that when you use it, you put it on the side that's going to be embossing it, so it's going to push, the shapes are going to push up through your cardstock. So you're going to put the white side against the side that says Stampin' Up, made in China, with the Sizzix at the top. Okay, I'm going to put that in my folder, and I will bring in my Big Shot. Okay, you need to use the side that has no tabs. Let's pull this in, zoom this out a little bit for you. Okay, so I'm using no tabs because the folder is so thick. So you use no tabs, put it directly on your platform, and use 1 plastic cutting pad. And then we're going to send it through the Big Shot. It feels like it's not even embossing anything, but when it comes out, you can see it's embossed. Isn't that fun? Okay, and now I'll just move that out of the way. I probably got rid of something I needed, but that's okay. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is take our StazOn ink, which is retiring, and I just checked and it's still available. So make sure you pick some up really quick. And we're just smearing it, just dragging it against the foil, because the StazOn is a permanent ink. And so you're just dirtying it up basically. And then I'm just quickly going to take my heat tool and just dry it just a little bit. I just don't want to contaminate my next ink color. That's the only reason I'm drying it. Touch it and see. Yeah, looks good. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is emboss it. So I went to the dollar store and bought these clipboards for $1, put some tin foil on it, and I do all my embossing on here, and then I don't burn my fingers. Okay, now I will take my Versamark ink, which has walked away, so luckily I have a couple pads. Okay, there we go. Here's another Versamark ink. And I'm just touching it in a few places. And this is going to be where the embossing powder is going to stick to. And you can choose whatever color embossing powder you want. I'm using gold and copper. So I just transfer them into Rubbermaid containers or Ziploc containers. It just makes it easier. And I'm just putting it on different parts, because I'm going to have a two-toned effect. And then this part that is almost too solid, take your finger and rub it away, because I want a little bit, I want some areas exposed too. Okay, and then I'll pull in the copper color. Now you could emboss it after each one. That takes too much time for me. I'm a little impatient. Now can you see where I've got a lot of copper? I don't want that much copper showing, so I'm just going to go at the side. Okay, and then I'll take my heat tool and heat it up. And when you heat it up, all you're doing is melting the powder, and I'm going from the back side just until my heat gun gets warm so it doesn't blow the powder all over the place, and then I lose my embossing effect. There it goes. You can actually emboss from the back if you like, but now that I think it's good, just emboss the whole thing. And that's it. How easy is that for a beautiful tarnished foil effect? Now, at this point, you can add some more StazOn ink if you want it to be a little more tarnished. You can add some more embossing powder. You can do it as many times as you like till you absolutely love it. Okay, then, so this is 3 inches by 4 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do is put it on my basic black cardstock, which is just a 1/4 inch larger, so it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm using mono multi-glue because I always put my pieces together crooked, and when I use mono multi-glue, if it's crooked, I can pick it up and move it. Hopefully this is strong enough. If it's not strong enough, I will use the Stampin' Up! Tear and Tape adhesive because that's super strong. That should be good for now. And then I'm going to put it on a card base. So this is Smoky Slate. If you're wondering what this is from a previous card. We'll just pretend it's not there. Okay, Smoky Slate cardstock. 5 1/2 inches by 8 1/2 inches, scored at 4 1/4 inch. And then I'm just going to use some more mono multi-glue to put this on. I think I like this side. I want this to be up at the top. I could also put this on using stamping dimensionals as well. Okay, and that's the card base. Then you can see from my card I need a greeting. So I am using the greeting from the Nailed It stamp set. Now the Nailed It stamp set is available till May 21st. The framelits are sold out. However, you can still get this beautiful Happy Father's Day image. So make sure you pick that up before too much time has passed. Okay, I'm going to use my Versamark ink and stamp Happy Father's Day on basic black cardstock. It's just a scrap paper, piece of scrap paper that I had laying around. And then I want it to be copper, so I'm going to go in and emboss it with copper. Get out my heat gun again. And my board so I don't burn my fingers. And I find the copper, it's not as fine as some of the other embossing powders, so if I heat it up from the back, it doesn't blow away on me, at least till the gun's warm. Other people may not have had that problem, but for some reason I did. You can see it's melting. Oh, there it goes. You can't even see this. Let me put this down. There it goes. Can you see it melting the powder? When all the powder is melted, it's done. So because the framelits are sold out, I'm just going to show you what it looks like just by cutting it. It's a pretty easy image to cut because I have the framelits because I have a buying problem. I love to buy everything Stampin' Up! Sells. You're probably laughing right now, but it's totally true. I'm one of these people who has to have it all. And I really think for the catalog, they should just have a buy everything button, and I'd be a happy camper or happy stamper. Okay, see, I don't have a framelit, but look how cute that looks. It still looks fantastic. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is just make it a little more pretty. So I am taking black baker's twine, and I'm just going to wrap it around 4 fingers, about 4 times, maybe 5 times. And then I'm just going to pinch it in the center and take a Stampin' Dimensional and smush it down like this. Now you can also use some copper wire as well. But doesn't that look cute? And then I'm going to use 2 more Stamping Dimensionals. And if you're really concerned about it moving, I often do this trick. This is the best kept secret in the catalog, I think. So I'm not even pulling it off. I'm just putting it on there to secure my ribbon to the back of my greeting, and then it won't fall off later. Okay, and then it says Happy Father's Day. And that's it. You have a super cute card using the tarnished foil technique. So I hope you will try it, and thank you so much for watching my video. Happy stamping!